So here's a look at what's happening. It should be a little bit calmer today because a lot of what we had yesterday is going to fuel for our warm day here in Southern California. So I'm opening up the window to show you. We still have some patchy low clouds and fog here in Southern California in some spots, not all areas like yesterday. So we don't have a dense fog advisory, but we still do have visibility in some spots like the Long Beach area and South Bay, looking at visibility less than a mile. So just give yourself that extra time, drive slow, use those low beams. And then here's a look at what we're feeling this morning. So it is a little cool. Grab the light layers before you head out the door, and then you can shut it off. So we have these high 40s in Camarillo right now, 55 for Malibu, 52 for downtown LA, and then we have these mid 50s for Pasadena and also for the Fullerton area. High pressure, this is what's been with us the last few days. This is what's keeping things warmer than normal here in Southern California. Now I want to show you what we are dealing with, because after today, things begin to really start to change. So with our next weather headlines, we're talking about warmest day of the week, 15 to 20 degrees above average for some of our inland communities today. But then we start the cooling trend starting tomorrow. It's still going to be above average tomorrow, but the weekend will be much cooler. And now I've issued that next weather alert. We've added Tuesday. So now it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So that leads into Christmas Eve and also Christmas Day. So just be aware next week as you're traveling, we're looking at the rain chances really increasing here in Southern California. So that's something to watch out for. All right, so here's a look at the winds. This is where we're seeing windy conditions this morning. So yesterday we had the winds down into the valleys like the Santa Clarita, the San Fernando valleys, and also the valleys of Ventura County. Now it's just confined to the foothills and mountains, but we still are talking about these really gusty north winds coming in 20 to 30 miles per hour, and the gusts potentially up to 50. So just be aware of that. Otherwise, here's a look at where we're seeing some of the gusts this morning. We're still looking at those really gusty conditions going into Castaic and then also through the Ojai Valley and then up over the mountains of the San Gabriel Mountains and the Angeles National Forest as well. Okay, so here's a look. I want to show you what we're dealing with rain-wise. As I mentioned, we have the 6 to 10-day outlook here in Southern California. So we are talking about as high pressure begins to move away from us and really warm things up for the middle part of the country for next week, we are talking about a low pressure system replacing it for the West Coast. So this is why we're talking about rain, and that's why I've issued that next weather watch for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here in Southern California. And then we're going to continue to watch to see what happens after Christmas Day, because it looks like we could continue to see some wet weather after that as well. Okay, so here is a look. Now let's talk about what we are going to see over the course of the next few days, because we have to replace that high pressure system with that low pressure system. So this high pressure system finally pushes away starting tomorrow. So we will feel a little bit of the cooler weather, but much cooler for the weekend. And then look what happens as we head into next week. So we have this low pressure system that's going to start to move in. So that's going to start to bring us some showers likely as we head into Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, especially as a lot of people are traveling. And then we're looking at the heavier rain moving in as we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Temperatures today, 80 degrees for Pasadena, 82 for downtown LA, 74 for Santa Ana. And then here's a look at that 7-day forecast. So we'll continue to stay in the 80s for the Inland Empire through Friday, upper 70s for the weekend. Sunday is going to be the first day of winter. And then we're actually looking at temperatures cooling. So that's why I've issued that next weather watch for Tuesday, Wednesday, and also Thursday for Christmas Day. Valleys 87 today, 82 to end the week. And then for the weekend, getting down into the mid 70s before we start to see those temperatures drop down to the upper 60s by Christmas Eve. And here's a look at LA and Orange County, 82 today. All right, Robert, back to you.